Look at it, it's a little spotted.
It's so skinny, you need to eat.
It's got a little diamond like beady.
I'm glad that she's licking it.
Leave those tails in there.
What do you got, Tiff? What happened, Tiff?
We had babies.
Oh.
They flew out.
Oh.
I'm trying. I feel like this one right here is the strongest one.
That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Here we go, we're trying to stand.
How's the happy grandparents?
You're so sweet. You are so sweet. Hey.
Hey guys, welcome back to Tealstone Homestead. We have goat babies! I'm so excited. It is probably going to be a little bit louder on this video because it is currently raining. Beatty delivered 4 babies on Valentine's Day last week. She is a first freshener, which means that this is her first kidding. And she had 4 babies, which is kind of uncommon for a first freshener, but really good at the same time because now we have 2 bucklings and 2 doelings that we get to choose from. And more than likely we will be selling the bucklings and keeping both the doelings, at least for now. But 4, especially because Beatty is new to this, I'm new to this, 4 is a lot for one doe to nurse. So what we've decided to do is we are kind of doing half and half, kid sharing, bottle feeding. So at night, what I've started doing is I separate Beatty from her kids at night, and then in the morning I milk her completely out, and we get about a quart of milk out of her in the morning, and then we bottle feed the kids. So we bottle feed in the morning, and then throughout the day we let the kids out. They are getting used to being goats out in the herd, and everybody's being pretty good to them. Every once in a while it's pecking order, so they get pushed around just a little bit, but not too much. And they're a week old now. Over a week old now, so they can take it. The goats are pretty tough, but they do enjoy being out with the rest of the herd. But throughout the day, I continue bringing bottles out, and if they're hungry, then they just drink from the bottles. But if they're not hungry, then they don't get any bottle. So Beatty is nursing them, just not very often, and I don't see it happen too much. Every once in a while, the kids will sneak a quick drink, but she's really not nursing them as much as she should. So we have stepped in and we are doing kind of a half and half thing where we're bottle feeding and dam raising at the same time. This whole thing has been such a learning curve because, as most of you know, this is my first dairy animal. I've done rabbits for a really long time, but I've only had these goats for, it's almost been a year now. But this is the first time that we've ever had kids. This is the first time I've ever milked a dairy animal before, so everything has been just a learning curve. But I really do think that I'm doing a good job, so I'm pretty excited, I'm pretty happy about it, and I'm excited to watch these kids grow, and I'm excited about goat milk and all of the adventures that we will have creating different culinary type things with goat milk, so I'm very excited about that. It has been approximately 4 or 5 hours since I fed them this morning, so I am going to take them out one by one and I'm going to bottle feed them down on the ground here, just because I have all of the goats and a whole bunch of chickens in there and it's a little bit distracting. So I'm going to take them out one by one and I'm going to bottle feed them for you guys to see with my good camera.
How cute is this little baby? Are you just the cutest little baby?
Yes. So to bottle feed them, it's been kind of a learning curve, like I said. Guys, get back. But we've got it down pretty good, I think. Ronan, don't. I just really want them to drink as much as they want right now. Just to make sure that they're all getting enough.
Is that good? Is that good?
And it definitely was a little bit frustrating trying to get them to drink at first. Bottle feeding is really hard the first day, at least in my experience it was. Nobody really wanted to take the bottle. So I think I finally gotten them pretty well trained, and now they're drinking on their own pretty good, so yay! So this little buckling is the smallest one, and I was really worried about him at first because I really didn't know if he's gonna make it or not at first because how small he was. So he is the runt of the litter, and I was calling him Eeyore. That's not gonna be his real name, but I was calling him Eeyore just because he's got big ears, but when he came out one of them was a little bit floppy, but over the last couple of days they've definitely straightened out a bit. So he's still an Eeyore a little bit in my mind, but I'm gonna have to name him something other than that.
Is this so good? Ooh, you got the bottle.
Somebody in one of the groups that I'm in said to fill their tummies to feel like kind of like a ripe avocado. You want them to have like full bellies. That feels a little bit like a ripe avocado. But to me, I think I judge ripe avocados a little bit more hard than other people. But to me, I think that's pretty good.
Are you to go back in? Are you ready to go back in? You're so cute.
Let's bring your brother in here. This one I have considered keeping. It's a buckling. Look at him. Look at him. He's so cute. But he also feels like he needs to eat something. Thanks. So we're gonna feed him a bottle, see how much he wants.
Are you hungry? You feel like you are. You feel like you are, huh?
He's chewing on the nipple. He's not really wanting to eat much of it though. Okay, well this one does not want anything right now, so I guess we'll let him be till tonight. And if he's hungry tonight, he does know how to suck on the bottle. He's actually really good at it. But he just does not want it right now. So, I guess we'll just skip him for now. He's not that skinny right now. But he felt a little bit skinnier, but he's good. So, I'm going to put him back and bring somebody else out. So, this girl right here is the one that I usually have issues with when trying to bottle feed. She just does not want to bottle feed. I've gotten her to suck a couple of times, which is good. And I know she's not going hungry. I actually think that she got some... Are you trying to suck on my neck? I actually think that she must have nursed off of her mom yesterday. That's the only explanation, that she didn't really want anything this morning. But yeah, she's super cute. She is polled for sure. Like, she doesn't have horns. Being polled means that the goats are naturally hornless. Not all of them are. Beatty is, so this is her daughter that is also. We're gonna try to bottle feed her. We may or may not get her to drink, but we're gonna try. You hungry? You want any? Huh? Oh gosh, that just kind of spilled all over the place. No? Oops. Not sure if she's acting like she wants any. She doesn't feel super skinny either. They must be sneaking off their mom a little bit. Okay, well, we're gonna try one more time. Yeah, okay, well, she just does not want any, so we're gonna skip her. She's gotta be getting it off her mom a little bit. If she was hungry, she would drink out of the bottle, right? She's so cute though. She's got a little spot right here, and she's got this really beautiful buckskin coloring, and she's got a little white tail tip. She is very, very cute. I really like this one.
So she'll be staying here. Just hopefully you're getting enough to eat.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go get the last one. The last one is usually always hungry. It's the last, it's the doeling. So I'm gonna go get her. She's a very confident little girl, so I'll be right back. So this is the last one. She is a doeling. She is 100% staying here. I really like her. She is the biggest one out of all 4 of them, like by a lot. She's got a very big voice. Are you hungry? You want to eat? Maybe? Nobody wants to eat for me. Okay, we're gonna try her. There we go. It's always her and the little tiny one that always want a bottle feed. Yeah, this one is always hungry. Look at her though, guys. Isn't she gorgeous? I love her. I'm gonna have to think of a really good name for her. To the middle two, we just could not get them to drink very much, could we? You definitely wanted some. Who's that? Big scary dog. Big scary dog. Go on, bud. You're scaring her. Need some more? Yeah, she definitely does. She is a big eater. She's probably along the lines of a normal, like what a normal Nigerian dwarf kid at her age would eat, but the others are just so small because they were quads. So just trying to get them to all eat as much as they can. Not worried about her one bit though. She just takes what she wants. She's such a good girl. She's slowing down though for sure. Oh yes, you feel extremely fat, so we're gonna stop right there.
We're gonna stop there, okay?
Look at her, you guys. Look at her coloring. Isn't she pretty? She has the longest little legs. She's got a tiny little white spot on her back, and she's got a tiny little black spot on her chest. So I am very excited. I really, really like this little doeling a lot. And I can't wait to see her grow. Yes, Ari has to check on every single goat. You have to check on everybody. Yeah, she's shivering, honey. We're gonna put her back. I really do enjoy taking care of them. It's been really fun. It's been really different, but I think it's been exactly what I've needed, honestly. I feel so much better than in my last video when I was talking to you guys about my seasonal depression, because it hits me hard sometimes. But these goats, they have kept me busy. They have definitely lifted my spirits. Not to mention, I think that milking is actually kind of fun. It is like more time consuming to do chores in the morning. I'm having to get up earlier. I'm having to do a little bit more work than usual, but to me it's worth it. And I wanted to show you guys an official milking on camera, but I don't have that footage because, like I said, I couldn't get it this morning. By the time I milk tonight, it'll be dark again, and I just can't capture the best video when it gets dark outside. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull Beady out, and I'm going to show you my process for milking, and I'm just gonna milk her into one of my rabbit water dishes because that milk is probably going to just be used for the kids tonight or whenever. And yeah, so it won't go to waste. It's not gonna be like as sanitary as I usually have everything. So I am going to pull her out and show you how the whole process goes. Okay, so I turned my milking stand around for you guys. I think I've showed this in videos before. I literally just made this milking stand out of scrap wood, so it doesn't need to be fancy, it just needs to be functional. This is my milking chair that my dad cut down for me, and it works really well, but sometimes, I guess more often than not, I find myself sitting just right on the milking stand to milk them, and then I just rest my feet on the stool, so, but it works. I have a box here that I've been using as a trash can, and then this right here is my tub full of cleaning stuff. So I bought a big roll of like cleaning rags. These are like utility rags or painter rags or whatever. They're multi-purpose rags, and I put them in this plastic bag, and I made my own cleaning solution. So it's a round, I think 4 cups of water mixed with around a cup of Castile soap. And this is what we wipe her udder down with before we milk. And then we also wipe it down after we milk. And then before we put her back, I put this on her teats, and this just helps keep her teats nice and clean and sanitary, but it's basically baby oil mixed with lavender essential oil. And that is essentially it. And then usually I have a stainless steel bucket up here, but like I said, we're doing it a little unofficial today, and we're gonna use that plastic bowl, if I even get anything out of her. But again, we have the front of it here. This is where we put our grain for her. And then we've got this little closing contraption here, which, like I said, this is completely just DIY, so it's not the most official thing you'll ever see, but it works. So this just locks here, and then there's a little keyhole there that holds her head into place, and she's locked in. But she does not care because it means she gets food. And goats are very food motivated. Okay, so I got a grain in. Now, I didn't want to give her a whole lot because she had a bunch this morning already. Now I'm going to go ahead and get her out. Come on, baby. So she knows to get right up there. And then we lock her in. Got it. I did want to point out, like, I don't want some of you saying she has a fishtail. She's just got some matting on her tail still from when she gave birth. And I debated cutting the matting out, but in the end I just decided to let it shed out. But it makes her look like she has a fishtail. She does not have a fishtail. She's alright. But her udder, I don't really think that we're going to get a whole lot out of it. But the process that I do, and she won't mind if I show you the process, but our cleaning wipes here that I showed you guys. We wipe the udder down, and there's a lot of things that you can buy at Tractor Supply and like farm stores and stuff to do this, but homemade stuff in my opinion works just as well. I think it's fine as long as you practice sanitary practices. I actually use these for my hands too. And then once we wipe her udder down, we spray out the first couple of sprays of milk. And the reason that we do that, yeah, I know. The reason that we do that is because we don't want soap in our milk. So we spray out the first couple of sprays just because we don't want, we don't want Castile soap in our milk. So I'm gonna go ahead and milk her and see if I can get very much out of her. Probably not. And she's gonna dance around because I just did this morning and she's not ready for it again. You can buy goat hobbles. Come on, girl. You can buy goat hobbles, and that makes it a little easier. And then if you can't get anything out, you can slap the udder a little bit because that's what the babies do. It helps drop the milk down a little bit. She is trying her hardest not to let me milk her. I'm gonna show you guys from this angle, and like I said, more often than not, I find myself getting up on the milking stand with her, so she can't dance around as much, and then we milk. She gave me a quart this morning, so there we go. We got a little bit, not very much, but that is essentially the idea. And this is just, like I said, I'm a complete newbie. This is literally day 3 of me ever milking a dairy animal, but I definitely feel like we've got some sort of a process going. And I don't think I'm doing too bad, but she's not gonna give me very much because not only did I milk her completely out this morning, but I'm sure that her kids have been all over her getting whatever they can get. So I'm actually gonna stop right there. We didn't get a lot. Got very little milk, but that's okay. The kids will enjoy it later on. After I'm done milking her, I essentially do the exact same thing with the wipes. So I'll just take a wipe out. I'll kind of wipe her down. Make sure we are nice and clean, because when you have a dairy animal, sanitation is very important. So wipe her all down. And then with my little oil mixture here, this is a teat dip, sort of. But I just kind of get my fingers in the oil a little bit and then just rub on her teats just to like plug them up with the oil. Also keeps them nice and soft. And then screw that back on. And then she is done. And then with these leftover rags that I've wiped her udder with, I usually wipe the milking stand down. But milk stains. So that is essentially what we do with Beady. It's just been a lot of fun, you guys. I love Beady. I love her so much. I wasn't sure about her when I first got her, but she has turned into like such a great goat and I love her. So just very excited about her and her babies and just excited about the homestead. I've just been enjoying the homestead so much. It's just crazy because to think that we started in 2019 sort of with the rabbits, with meat rabbits. I've had rabbits for a lot longer than that, but I started with meat rabbits in 2019. And every year it seems like we grow a little bit more, and now we are producing our own meat, we're producing our own eggs, we're producing our own milk. I'm making sourdough bread. That's something that I haven't even made a video on yet, but I just started at the beginning of the year. So I'm making sourdough bread. The garden is in full swing this year. I've got sprouts up in the tiny house and I am just ecstatic. I'm very happy. I've got my creme de argent breeding program going and I've got my salmon faverol chicken breeding program going. We have a meat chicks that are gonna get here in April. Lots of meat chicks. And I'm hoping that eventually I will be able to make a meat chick butchering video. We actually did them last fall. It's something that I didn't really talk about that much, but we did them last fall and it was really cool. So I am excited to share that with you guys as well. So like I said, you guys, I'm just happy. This is such a happier video than the one that I made the official one that I made last time where I was talking about Bobcat and losing her and all of that. So, and I'm still upset about it. It still sucks. I hate when I lose good rabbits like that. But this was definitely exactly what I needed to kind of lift my spirits. If you're new to my channel, typically I talk about rabbits and homesteading with rabbits, meat rabbits, I love rabbits. But now that we have the goats going, I feel like we might be seeing a lot more goat content because I'm honestly getting kind of really into them. And it's fun. It's really fun. I don't plan on showing anytime soon for the goats, but I am breeding ADGA registered dairy goats and I'm trying my best to breed to good conformation and all of that because that's just something that I've always done for the rabbits, so it just feels natural to do it with the goats as well. And my chickens, but I'm not like a pro. I still am learning. I'm very new still. But I feel like I've done pretty good and I am pretty excited about it. So I know this is a different type of video. There's a lot of things happening though. That's why every video feels like a different kind of video lately, just because there's so many new things lately that I have to show you guys. I will be doing more rabbit videos, hopefully more butchering videos in the future as well, because I'm gonna have more culls here soon, so we'll see about that. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something new. If you are completely new to goats, I was completely new to goats too, and I kind of learned things along the way. Hopefully this kind of helps you out if you are wondering how to do certain things. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, because I was so nervous about this whole process. Just seems like there are so many different ways to do things, and one thing that I have discovered is there are all sorts of right ways to do goats. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys. Ouch, what are you trying to do?
My neck is not milk. You're crazy. You're a crazy one. You're gonna hurt me with your little baby teeth. You're gonna hurt me.